5 is Star Wars: The Force Awakens. But I saw that twice in the theater, and after I saw it the first time, I was a little worried that my excitement was just a nostalgic trip. But after seeing it a second time, I realized that it's a great film, and it did bring me back to what I enjoyed about the original film so much. But it exciting new band of characters have me looking forward to what the rest of the new trilogy has to offer.
My number 5 was Joy, starring Jennifer Lawrence. It's my favorite director, David O. Russell. Got to see a screening of it in New York, and I got to see a talk with David O. Russell and Isabella Rossellini. It's definitely in my top 10. I loved it.
Agree to disagree.
I know you do, yeah. I know you have mixed feelings on it.
My number 4 is Mad Max Fury Road. What's so genius about it is that it's not only a fun testosterone-filled action thrill ride, but it's also proof that summer blockbusters can be showcase strong visual storytelling and have masterful technical precision, because everything from the editing to the music, the cinematography is all done masterfully by director George Miller.
My number 4 was Trainwreck with Amy Schumer. Saw it 4 times in theaters. I'm a huge Amy Schumer fan, and I thought it was hilarious, and it was a great story as well. My number 3 was Room with Brie Larson. I'm so happy she's getting recognition this year.
It's my number 1. It's one of the best movies It's not just the best movie I've seen from last year, but also one of the best of the decade.
My number 2 was Spotlight. Left me speechless at the end, and it brought a lot of different emotions out.
Yeah, it's one of the few films that left me feeling anger and disgust towards humanity.
Yeah.
So my number 2 is Brooklyn.
That was my number 1.
And what's great about it is that even though I'm not a big period piece guy or a romance guy, I fell head over heels in love with Brooklyn when I saw it.
Yeah, Brooklyn was my number 1. Big Saoirse Ronan fan. I was excited to see her back in another film, and I wasn't sure at first whether or not I was going to go see it, or like when I would. I knew I eventually would see it, and I walked out of the theater so happy that I had saw that movie that night, and I loved it. I went back with my mom, took her to see it, and she loved it as well. So that was my number 1.
And of course, Room is my number 1. Those were our lists of the top 10 films of 2015. And if you want to check out my full review of each film alongside my coverage of anything else related to film, please be sure to check out my website, www.filmguyreviews.blogspot.com. And you can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at FilmGuy619.
And I'm Kristen, and you can follow me on Twitter at K_Carlson4.
So this is Matt St.Clair and Kristin Carlson signing off. Stay classy.
Bye.